안녕하세요, 팬 여러분. 둘셋 파! 다! 안녕하세요, 반갑습니다.
How would you describe BTS?
BTS is elite. BTS is kind.
Love you.
So talented. Unparalleled. Hilarious. BTS is hot. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. BTS is healing. Disruptive.
Are you all right?
Role models will begin reporting for mandatory service.
BTS is a phenomenon. So there are 7 members of BTS: Nam-joon, Seok-jin, Yoon-gi, Jung Ho-seok, Jimin, Tae-hyung, Jeon Jung-kook. BTS by their stage names are RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. They are the culmination of a strategy devised by the Korean government to use soft diplomacy and culture to promote Korea.
기회는 한 번뿐이야.
In 2013, when BTS debuted, they were the recipient of all the groundwork that was done by other Korean artists and the Korean government pouring a lot of money into this endeavor called Hallyu, Korean Wave, and they just exploded onto the world scene.
At the time of their debut and kind of leading up to it, they had developed a relationship with their fans through, they were called cafes. So I guess it's just like a chat room that idols can have that gives them the opportunity to chat one-on-one with their fans.
2013년 5월 17일 오전 11시 47분.
47분.
방탄의 로그!
And I think that relationship was the start of the foundation of them getting the fans that they have.
And I think it just comes very naturally to them because of the generation that they're in, and Koreans are extremely plugged in. They're very much on their phones. And the growth of social media and the growth of BTS fandom absolutely twinned. My BTS origin story was in 2016. I can lose hours at a time on YouTube watching panda videos. I love pandas. The YouTube algorithm decided that this girl watching panda videos would love this Korean boy band. They were doing choreography for their song, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And I was like, what is this? Suddenly I'm watching 7 gorgeous, adorable young men dance out of this choreography. The song slaps, as the kids would say. I was hooked. Dance is so integral to K-pop. K-pop is not K-pop without all the visual aspects of performance, which is dance, but also the fashion, the look. It's like a next level eye candy, you know? It's a way in also to understanding the music. Because if you don't understand the language, but you do watch their choreography, they are communicating the vibe, the message, the actual lyrics of the song through their movement. And so dance is extremely important. It's like BTS was built for the TikTok dance meme era. They also had to, I would say, kind of bring their dance down a notch so mere mortals could do it, you know? I think Permission to Dance would be one of those dances that, like, just as regular folk could do, because all the dancing and choreography that ARMY loves so much about BTS is so complicated. It's very high level. But definitely, dance is a form of communication. They really embody that. They really leverage it. They are extremely good at what they do.
I'm lucky I'm an ARMY who accept our music, not just as a diversion, but as our shared language of life. And by the way, ARMY is the name of the official BTS fandom. For your information, the ARMY. Woo! Shout out to ARMY all over the world.
ARMY is the nickname for BTS fans. It is an acronym. Adorable representative MC for youth. I'm laughing because it's too cute. ARMY's first priority is to support and protect BTS. Support is obvious. Buying, listening, streaming, going to the concerts.
아,
진짜?
야, 진짜요?
이거 일어나서 인사드려야 되는 거 아니야?
아니, 아미 분들께서 우리 중간 광고를 사셨다고?
진짜요?
오랜만에 나와서
Army supports BTS by just throwing away our money. BTS was my ticket to South Korea. I have now been twice in less than 12 months. And my wallet would like to say, BTS, please take another 2-year break.
Protection is a whole different thing. Protection comes up when BTS fans feel like BTS is not getting their due.
James, how about you? You've been in some hot water with armies. Are you all right?
There's a very famous story of how BTS got played on North American radio. ARMY took it upon themselves to be indignant. How could you ignore this great music? How could you racistly not want to play this song in Korean? Well, we're gonna pound the phone lines and email you and put you in the comments and bombard you in any way we can for you to take us seriously because we take this band seriously.
So one example of the incredible power of BTS ARMY is that in 2020, when fans heard that the band had made a donation to Black Lives Matter, fans mobilized themselves. They are so organized that within a day, they matched it. And they did it so fast. The incredible, prolific nature of ARMY and all the content they create, not only for themselves and for their own enjoyment, but to connect with others and to do things together is really amazing.
I think what I love so much about them is that I really feel like they are genuine friends. They're genuine brothers. And that can only come from experiencing the same thing. Like what they have is so unique and it reads as real.
뭐랄까 좀 솔직히 하다가 멤버끼리 다툴 수도 있고 막 그렇잖아 하다 보면 솔직한 모습 보여줘. 좀 그런 것도 좀 어느 정도 가감없이 보여줘야 되지 않나. 그래야 좀 그걸 볼 이유가 있지 않나.
But what makes it real and authentic to fans is that we have seen them in their lowest moments and their highest moments. They showed us times when they were upset with each other. There have been fights.
나도 빨리 가는 거야. 나도 어쩔 수 없어. 근데 그거는 나도 전속력으로 뛰어가서 거기까지 가는데 자꾸 나보고 뭐라 하면 나보고 어떡하라고.
아니 그러니까 뭐라 하는 게 아니라 들어봐봐요. 이게 하고 나서 형이 이게 준비 시간이 길어가지고 이걸 좀만 타이트하게 빨리 가줬으면 좋겠다는 거.
That's why it never feels fake. Because if it was fake, they'd only show us the glossiest parts. In seeing that, ARMY realized, oh, that's happened to me too. If it happens to them, it only makes me feel more comfortable and more seen.
일부 말로만 듣던 일부에 가게 되었는데 이 빌보드에 가는 건 다 아미 여러분들.
ARMY is single-handedly responsible for breaking BTS into the North American Western market. But it was because of the devotion of ARMY to come together and really make noise. That is why BTS broke into this market.
The first time BTS showed up at an award show in North America, it was at Billboard.
And the Billboard Music Award goes to
This award belongs to the every people all around the world that shine the love and light on us by the millions and make BTS proud really every day.
When BTS performed at the American Music Awards, it was their song DNA. My husband, I remember him walking into the room. BTS had just opened. They were like 5 seconds into their performance and it stopped him in his tracks. And he was transfixed for 3 minutes by this performance. And he was like, I get it. I get it.
네. 그리고 반응 저희가 좀 짱이었던 것 같아요. 그리고 이제 시청을 해주시는 분들도 너무 많으셨다고 들어서 너무 행복했습니다.
이건 그냥 시작입니다.
That was the first time that any song had been done in Korean on that stage. It's momentous. Did them being Korean, was it a barrier for them for, achieving more success and maybe earlier? Absolutely it was, but it was really Dynamite that broke open the doors for them. That song being in English was absolutely a big reason why.
I think there's a lot of newer fans that were brought in by Dynamite, by Butter, by Permission to Dance, but it felt like those songs were not true BTS songs. They felt like pop songs that BTS was singing. And so within ARMY, those songs get dragged a lot. But I want to say, I am here for Butter. I am here for Permission to Dance. I'm here for Dynamite because they brought more people in. So I will never poo-poo those English songs.
코로나19로 인해서 정말 불가항력적인 사안이에요. 이거 진짜 불가항력적인 사안이고 4월 콘서트는 취소.
그러면 티켓팅한 사람 어떻게?
BTS is instrumental in my mental health during the pandemic. BTS was set to go on a world tour in 2019 to 2020. And then, of course, the pandemic happened. And that tour got completely canceled. And BTS could have just also taken a break at that point. Like, you could excuse them. You would understand why they would want to shy away from the public because no one was doing anything. But instead of doing that, they continued to work. They continued to work on an album. They continued to do lives. They put on online concerts that were huge.
On June 14th, 2020, they did a live stream concert called Bang Bang Con. As a television and entertainment industry professional, it was so impressive. We're talking about 3 months after shutdown. Everybody is still trying to play catch up. And they are broadcasting a live concert with full choreography, live streamed, with barely a glitch. Stop it.
When I first saw that performance, I was really blown away. It's not just green screen, it's like LED screens, and the way that they interact with all the cameras. Their team is just incredible. You can see it when they perform on someone else's show. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. And you can just tell that they're deeply connected with the technical team around them, and the technical team is just really, really good.
서울과 뉴욕을 왔다 갔다 하는 진짜 멋있네요.
팬분들은 우리가 이제 뭔가 오피셜하게 뭐를 잘 많이 안 하고 있어서 궁금해하실 거예요.
The live stream that made everybody cry. Yep, yeah. In 2022, BTS, as a group of 7, did a live stream. They're all sitting at a table. There's food around them. Casual. You think it's gonna be a nice, fun, silly time.
And then fans kind of watched in horror as the conversation went down a path that nobody expected.
우리가 어쨌든 지금 오프 기간에 들어섰잖아. 그러니까 왜 이럴 때도 왜 페스타를 안 하고 왜 이렇게 컨텐츠가 없는지에 대해서
그 본격적인 얘기를 하면 되나?
해야지. 왜냐면 방향성에 대해서 이야기를 하려 그러면.
And I cried. I am emotional now thinking about it.
I would say personally, I did feel very emotional too. We were just kind of thawing out of our COVID period. And I knew that my intense fandom of BTS, which started in COVID, I felt like my personal reward would be that I would get to go see them in concert when the world opened back up again. But all of a sudden, it's like, does BTS even exist anymore?
내가 쉬고 싶다고 하면 내가 쉬고 싶다고 하면 내가 죄 짓는 것 같아가지고.
But then you think about, wow, what were these guys doing during COVID? They were pumping out so much content. They're eating, they're exercising, they're laughing, they're having fun in ways that we couldn't do, but actually that's their work. They were working the whole time. And I can't imagine the level of pressure for these young guys, these performers who have the weight of the world, the eyes of the world on them. There were negative consequences, of course, because the valuation of HYBE, their management company, like they lost $1 billion overnight. I think that moment made them be more strategic about what they were going to do with their military enlistment.
The superstar K-pop band BTS has announced that its members will soon begin reporting for mandatory service in the South Korean military. Yeah.
A little background, they have conscription in South Korea. They are in an active war with North Korea, so every man under the age of 30 has to enlist for at least 18 months. Every man.
잠깐만 시원해. 진짜. yeah.
Up until this point, there has been 0 K-pop stars that have been allowed to not do the military. But BTS was so big to South Korea and their economy that the government was considering saying, BTS, you don't have to do this, because it would mean a loss of revenue for the country.
안녕하세요. 김태형의 브이로그 김태형입니다. 제가 이번에 입대를 하게 되었습니다.
But instead of waiting for that choice to happen, them as individuals made the choice to enlist anyways. They were not asking for special treatment. They ultimately decided to do their duty as Korean men to serve in this army.
뭐 마음이 안 좋아요. 근데 누구나 또 이제 행해야 하는 것들이니까 형 화이팅 하시고 몸 다치지 말고 건강히.
And for them to not shirk the responsibility, I think is really incredible because I think that's what tells me that they're serious about their country. And it's that devotion to their nation, to their identity, that makes them so BTS.
For the people who didn't get K-pop, the knock on K-pop boy groups is that they were soft, weak, girly, whatever insulting, stupid, ignorant things you want to say about boy bands has been said about BTS. And then these seven have to go into a military that is in place literally because they share a border with North Korea. North Korea is no joke. So they're not going into like a fancy dilettante army. They are serving in a very real military situation as the softy boys who wear makeup. Like, Jimin was a bombs expert. Your fave could never. They all, like, within 2 months, were jacked. Every sort of fitness person on Instagram doing their jacked up, like, whatever, push-ups, think of themselves as real men. Meanwhile, 7 soft boys from Korea who sing in falsetto and wear Prada and wear lip gloss could knock you out. That's what I love the most. Because now they go into the military voluntarily and they come out, and all those idiots who speak like that, what are they going to say now?
저의 모습을 보는 건 오늘이 처음일 테니까.
So BTS is hot. Like, I don't know if you noticed that. As an Asian woman, I have always felt like Asian men never get their due respect, like in terms of like hotness. And I think for me personally, BTS's biggest contribution to Asian culture is that they introduced a standard of hotness to the rest of the world. Like, these guys are gorgeous.
My introduction to BTS is covering on Etalk for the first time them at the MTV Unplugged 2021. They are the Tom Brown lookbook. This is a big flex, okay? This is not, oh, I pulled off one good outfit, or I remember when J-Lo wore this one dress. This is the entire lookbook. They took the best things from Tom Brown and displayed it with this incredible lighting and sang the out of a song that we already know so well, and they crushed it. When it comes to fashion, they are literally the crew that someone like me wishes I had.
We're also now global ambassadors to fashion houses. You have Dior, you have Louis Vuitton, you have Bottega Veneta, you have all of these powerhouses in fashion now working with the powerhouses of music.
So East Asian people have been buying luxury for years. The East Asian community is catered to because they know that's who's actually spending the dollars. But now these fashion houses are finally saying, hey, be on our poster, be in our commercials, be a part of our campaign, and actually paying these communities back and not just taking their money, but also now including them as a friend of the fashion house. And I think that is important.
When the nucleus of music is shifting east, when the nucleus of fashion is shifting east, then what happens is that your general perception of what is considered beautiful, what is considered trendy, what is considered fashionable also shifts. On TikTok, on Instagram, beauty influencers based in the West are now adopting beauty trends, but also products from the East. Everything has been disrupted. I'm not saying BTS has everything to do with that, but they're certainly at the forefront of that movement of disrupting the nucleus of cultural bases.
함께 늙어갑시다. 진짜 제가 정말 원하는 게 한 가지가 있다면 그걸 것 같아요.
I think BTS's legacy is one of artistry, but through vulnerability. That's what you have to be as an artist. You have to let everyone on the outside see who you are on the inside. And I think BTS's legacy is that they did that, and they did that through Korean. And I think that is incredibly impressive in this divided time.
I think BTS's legacy is gonna be friendship. A friendship between 7 people who have gone through the most extraordinary things together, and then the friendship that they forged with ARMY, with their fans, who then became friends with each other like us.
That is their legacy, is the idea that they bring us together.
So it's this friendship phenomenon.
Friendship phenomenon, yay! A phenomenon.
The phenomenon that just spread around the planet.
행복하게 공연하고 음악 만들고 할 거니까 부디 믿음을 가져주시길 바라겠습니다.
한 20년, 30년은 계속 이 자리에 서 있을 것 같아요. 우리 한번 같이 늙어봅시다.
사랑해요, 아미.
Nam-joon, Seok-jin, Yoon-gi, Jung Ho-seok, Jimin, Tae-hyung, Jeon Jung-kook,